that I'm Facebooking it live, so we can have many forms of communication. Trying to reach those seven liberal arts. So, yeah, and don't look up until you're supposed to. And when you first go in, you're supposed to learn about Earth and the plant life and all of that, and how that relates to everything. They tell you do not look up too soon. If so, you're going to be admonished and not able to go through this thing completely. Okay? So on Earth, the surface, which is our skin, which is the protective coating, which has melanin, which allows us to go out in space in the other atmospheres. You see the surface, very important. So I'm not going to ignore the surface. Okay, you have to know what the surface is, all levels. All right, so let's love ourselves for the surface, for our beautiful skin. And I have things that are going wrong with me. I'm not beautiful. Teeth missing, have bald spot in my head, mucus in my head, the calcium, my pineal gland is still a bit calcified. So I wouldn't dare call myself a modern day Messiah with these things going on, based on that as well. So until the man in the mirror is clearer, then I am still a part of this working process. So the level at which the learning process is going, I'm still there. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? I must have taken some Stropharia Corbensin to go back to my childhood, because my bones are still growing. And the size does matter. So in that, I want to approach everything that I've been doing. Let's deal with people on the surface. And a lot of people that I've been listening to, and what we have to do, light speed, projection, protection, warp speed, and being able to communicate and decode things is one of the teachings right now. When you go into the black hole, and that's what I like to think, that I'm in part of the black hole, WHOLE, and we're in there, okay? And because you don't see me at my best, doesn't mean that I'm not there yet, okay? I'm maturing, because the flowers, some flowers only mature at a certain, they'll come one year, the next year they may not come, or one flower may show up for a couple of weeks, then it'll wither away. You think, oh, he's withered away. No, it's making room for the next phase to come about. That's what the dandelion flower does. It's a wild weed, and guess what? That's what Roundup had to pay all that money for spraying this chemical on the natural dandelion, which goes into many phases. You see, that's what you call a Messiah. That plant is the Messiah. That's magic. That message there, because they sprayed something on the earth, and the earth knowledge is now giving people what? Money because of that, because it caused harm to the people. You see, that's magic. The exchange. So you was hit in the cheek. You turn the other cheek, and the information of showing that you showed, that people showing the chemical processes, the people who in the natural world push the issue, was showing the peaceful dominance, the universal divine law in that. So now what? We're courting life in the court system, in the Supreme Court. And the supreme decision that was made does what? Rewards one. You see, that is magic in that term. That's what money really means. And that's what a plant-based diet, that's what the universal process message gives us. So there's not a modern day Messiah, that is your all-time Messiah. It's just that how calcified is your pineal gland for you to communicate. So I'm trying to be in a hurry to do this. I shouldn't be in a hurry. Let me calm down with this. So this message is there. All right, so we get that round up. Look at the word round up. That's round them up. You see how that message is there now? They didn't know. They thought round up, it was one negative. But look how positive it is. The earth is round. Let's go. What goes around comes around. They made all that money, poisoning the planet, Now they're giving it back. Look at the round, that word, round up. The pressure from that is going up. Now people are able to see what the modern times, back my ancestors are speaking. You see what I mean? When I said our ancestors are putting these things on us, and would not an ancestor know that I put something on and teach them, and today it would come years later. The reward of it is now here because the ancestors knows. Y'all see that? Can we relate to that now? Yes, because I mean, plant-based natural foods, either in dandelion greens, do what? Yeah, we know what dandelion greens helps to cleanse the body. All of that. Natural processes has many forms in which you have their white flower that does what? The little white flower, the gentle blowing in the wind, and it digs its own hole, and the roots go deep. Huh? You see that? You don't need a seed, not a digging hole for it. It does it itself. And people tell you to kill a dandelion, to put something that is surface, but this does it on its own. Isn't that beautiful? So that's what I'm talking about. Don't look up too soon. Make sure you learn what happens here on earth, first and foremost, on a green plant-based diet. That is the lesson. Because the people who are killing and murdering are the green plants. Look at what they actually have done. They're not killing and murdering. We just have to learn how fast do you want to go. So this is warp speed information right here now. This amount of pressure is lifting us up. It's precious. That money is making people feel good, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, the healing principles in that. So let's round them up. Let's keep it moving. Now, what I want to deal with is the bat thing, religion. When they say religion, people look up religion, what does it mean? To go back. Go back, what does that mean? When we sleep, when we go to sleep, we want to go back. Go back what? Go back to sleep. Don't they tell you to go back to sleep? Get some rest. You sleep on it to get the answer. Interesting. So what's behind us? We were just speaking of the S on your back when you look up in the star system, so you can look how far we've come. Because it's spinning, the star system, the supernova, the black hole that we're in right now. Where all the pressure is, the most beautiful things are, we go out in space, the blackness, the darkness, the triple black, the so black, that light has to come out of it, right? So when you sleep, you're looking up, you're paying attention to that, right? The third eye, is looking up there, getting the answer, yes? Decalcifying that. And yet, people say the third eye, you're looking at it. Is that really? That all? But let's go even further than that. Please, can we go further than that? Let's go to the place of what's on your back, the S in your back. What's behind you? The medulla oblongata, the darkness that matches that area up there in the sky, that darkness. The medulla oblongata, gotcha. The brain stem before it even reached the cerebral cortex in the pineal, yes? The brain stem. And what else back there? The optic nerve. Bam, the optic nerve back there. The C360 degrees. That gives you the same thing that what the universe does, spins on its axis. The everlasting information. The infinity symbol that always knows things. And the spinal cord, your back, that holds you up, that connects to the brain, that allows you to walk and to move. On your back, you sleep on your back. Isn't that wonderful? To communicate, they say the third eye. But that's not it though, that's just the third, that's the last. If that's the third eye, the first two eyes are where? The optic nerve, what number is that? What social security is that? Huh? The brain stem, a medulla oblongata, what number is that? Where are we in that number? You see, to sleep on something and to lay on your back at night to get the answer, isn't that wonderful? We're laying on our back getting some answers. Let's go back to where we started. Man, isn't that wonderful? Back to where we started from. Go back to sleep and you sleep on it to get the answer. You slept on it, don't sleep on it. All that information. Beautiful, beautiful, Beautiful. And in that darkness, wow, to get that S in your chest, stand up straight, hold your head up, self-esteem, motivate yourself. Motivate. Can you be motivated from what's behind you, what you left back there, to remember what you don't want to do anymore? You don't want to do that. Or you get steamed up, to think, man, I'm going to do better now because where I came from, to look back, wow, beautiful. Or go back, you can even go back to your childhood to find out what motivated you the most, what harmed you the most to make you what? Motivated even more. What did something to you is a shield from what's going on today when you go back to that. The Stouffer, we call it the plant-based diet. So you can use your human self in a superlative way. Back. Sleeping on your back. Isn't that wonderful? That back. Man, oh man. And see, now when we sleep on our backs, off our feet. But the bat sleeps on his feet. On your feet. Yes? Connected to the universe. On his feet through the rock. By holding on to the rock, getting that cosmic message. Not through his third eye. His third eye is under a lot more pressure. Because his third eye is what? His third eye, so-called, is pointed towards the ground. How is that possible? And the pressure from that is giving it what? The message to do what? Not to go there. But to always be in the sky, in the air, and not even to touch the earth. Bats rarely go on the ground. Bats rarely go on the ground. Only time a bat goes on the ground is to get some food. Bats don't hang out on the ground, on the earth. You see? So they burn that bridge they hold their feet on the ground upside down only when they're sleeping. In that REM, what we call REM, the REM sleep, our deepest sleep, to get our most deepest information when we sleep. But the bat sleeps and uses its feet when it's asleep. And when we're awakened, that's when we do what we need to do in the light. But the bat does that in the dark. So what does it use? It's sonar message. That pressure at night is equal to that what the pressure is on the bat when it moves. Putting that thing out, what you really, really want to do, want to know, the bat does it with ease, and flying around, changing direction, and all of that, right? Isn't that wonderful? Do we see that comparative analysis there? On our feet, from sleeping, when we awaken, we get on our feet in the light, where people say you got to be up at night, sleep at night, but move around in the daytime. But it's just the opposite for the bat. So the pressure, the precious pressure that we think, that we sleep on, we don't feel the pressure, but the bat uses that pressure to hold that rock, the cosmic message, to hold on while it's sleeping, to lock in there, to totally lock it. His life depends on that. Because if it lets go, it's going to come crashing to the earth, yes? So automatically, it is given that the message from the star system through the pressure from being upside down, because it's going to right itself as soon as it gets up. So those of us who stay up at night all night against the natural processes get to know the navigation of the star system and what people call their horoscopes and all of that. Going against the human natural processes of sleeping at night and up during the daytime.